For millennia, we've looked to the night sky for answers, drawn to the unknown, to the beauty of what lies beyond. To some, stargazing is science, and to others it's spiritual. From ancient Dreamtime stories to advanced space-exploring telescopes, our fascination with the heavens above spans cultures and centuries. But for many, a search beyond the stars begins much closer to home.
Everybody has an interest in astronomy. People talk about gateway drugs. I think astronomy is a gateway science.
Western Australia has made giant leaps in space exploration. From proving Einstein's theory of relativity during the 1922 solar eclipse, to discovering that Uranus has rings. In 1897, the original Perth Observatory was completed, commissioned by WA's first ever Premier, Sir John Forrest.
John Forrest was trying to get the state ready for federation. With the money coming in from the Kalgoorlie Gold Rush, he was wanting to do some public works. And out of that, we got the WA Museum, we got the Perth Mint, and also the observatory. They actually brought the government astronomer for South Australia, Sir Charles Todd, out to West Australia to advise the government on where to build it. And so he actually recommended Mount Eliza, which was between Kings Park and Parliament House. And so they agreed to do it there. And he also made the recommendation that his assistant, Sir William Ernest Cook, become the government astronomer of West Australia, and he did.
I've heard a story that when they actually built the Perth Observatory and worked out the location of Perth, they realised the whole coastline of WA was several nautical miles west of where it was supposed to be. So the ships were encountering the coastline a few miles before they expected to, which is why there were so many shipwrecks. So keeping accurate time in the 1890s required an observatory to look at the sky.
Moving forward in time to 1922, amazingly, WA becomes part of an experiment to prove Einstein's theory of general relativity in a little-known outback location, Wallal Downs.
There were about probably around about 30 people on that expedition, and they were from New Zealand, from Australia, from America, from the United Kingdom, from India. It was a massive international effort. The job of the Perth Observatory and all that was to determine the latitude and longitude of the location where the observations were going to be taken, and to keep the time. And they went up to Broome, and then from Broome they were on a pearling lugger, got towed down to Wallal, it's about 200 kilometres south of Broome, and then they had to bring all the gear in through the surf there, which is a miracle they actually got it in. Conditions at Wallal were really tough.
The local Indigenous people were able to help bring the equipment to the Wallal station. So yeah, they were a big help. They had donkey trains and were getting the telescope equipment to the Wallals.
But what they observed was exactly what Einstein predicted, twice the bending that Newton predicted. So if you imagine looking at a photographic plate full of little dots of stars, the center of the plate was where the sun is during the eclipse, and then each of the stars appeared to move radially from where the sun was in the second picture. And the ones closer to the sun moved more, and the ones further away from the sun moved less. And that was because the light had been bent.
Beneath the sky, untouched by modern light, the stars told a new truth, confirming Einstein's theory of relativity. Einstein himself reportedly expressed great admiration, personally stating, "You have helped to confirm my theory with great precision." Another jump in time. In 1977, a remarkable discovery unfolded far beyond our solar backyard. As astronomers tracked the distant planet Uranus, a flicker of light, and then another revealed something never seen before. Astronomers from the Perth Observatory were among the first to detect it, a faint icy ring system encircling the planet. We now discovered that Uranus had a ring system, and Western Australia helped bring that to light.
The iconic building here at the observatory is the Perth Lowell Telescope Dome. We got that because we were part of the International Planetary Patrol Program. It sounds like Avengers or Justice League, but it's cooler because we were looking out for the rest of the planets as well. So NASA was sending out its probes at the same time as its manned missions. And They were wanting to keep an eye on the Venus, Mars, also Saturn and Jupiter as well. And 41% of all the images that actually were used for that project actually came from the Perth Observatory. And that hard work led into us being able to help confirm the rings were around Uranus.
It was something you couldn't see with your eye through a photograph at the time. I mean, now you can take the Hubble Space Telescope and point it at Uranus and actually see the rings. But at the time, it was the discovery of an invisible object.
It was significant for us because, again, we had an opportunity to make a discovery and we proved that we could do it.
So what lies ahead? We have a rich history in space exploration in WA. But how do we move forward in the modern digital world? The answer is the SKA project, the Square Kilometre Array, which is the world's largest radio telescope project, located in the Murchison region of Western Australia.
One telescope that's composed of two different parts. One part is high frequency, many gigahertz, and that uses dishes located in South Africa. And the low frequency side uses the sort of Christmas tree style antennas, and that's being built in WA. A whole team of us worked on designing hardware and software. Yeah, incredible amount of work the SKA is going to do when it's finished.
The Perth Observatory has been part of some amazing work over the years. Long before the age of digital sky maps, the stars were charted by hand with discipline, patience, and care. And from the domes in the west, the Perth Observatory would help guide ships, satellites, and science itself. Western Australia remains a gateway to the universe.